Okay.
Select the difficulty and category of questions you'd like to play.
Yep. Back to this
Great, you're
now.
having a go at the entertainment questions. 15 of them stand between you and a virtual £1 million. The first 5 of those questions can bank you a guaranteed £1,000.
Okay.
Take a look at question number 1.
Which is the title of a BBC children's TV show first seen in the 50s? The Flower Pot Men, the Daffodil Girls, the Sprinkler Boys, the Compost Gang. That'd be the Flower Pot Men.
That's right, for £100. £200 if you can get this
Yeah.
right.
Which of these songs was written by this man? Firestarter by The Prodigy, Not Just Sexy but Right Said Fred, Vienna by Ultravox, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. That'd be Bohemian Rhapsody.
Very good, that's right. Now, you've not used any lifelines, so they are still all available if you need them on this £300 question.
Okay. Who's the actor on the left? Michael Ball, William Shatner, Kurt Russell, Michael Crawford. That'd be Sir Michael Crawford.
Well done, you've won £300. Let's get you up to £500 with question number 4.
First seen in the UK in 2005, was the spin-off show from the TV series Friends? Ross, Joey, Rachel, Monica. That'd be Joey.
Well done. 4 correct answers in a row now for you. You can guarantee yourself £1,000 if you can answer this question.
Okay. The man on the left is a file for which Hollywood actress? Alicia Silverstone, Kirsten Dunst, Kate Hudson, Liv Tyler. That'd be Steven Tyler on the left.
That's correct. You've made it to the £1,000 mark.
Okay.
That's what I like to see. 5 correct answers and £1,000 safely in the bank. This is where things hot up a little bit, though, as we try and turn that £1,000 into at least 32,000. Here comes question number 6. Now remember, you still have all 3 lifelines remaining.
Which of these singers was born in Canada? Celine Dion, Kylie Minogue, Gloria Estefan, Dolly Parton. That be Celine Dion was born in Quebec.
You had £1,000. You just won £2,000. It's the correct answer. Well played. Very well done. You've yet to touch any of your 3 lifelines, and a correct answer here will win you £4,000. Lots of luck. Here comes the question.
Which Irish comic stars in the TV sitcom My Hero? Dylan Moran, Tommy Tiernan, Ardo O'Hanlon, Graham Norton. That'd be Ardo O'Hanlon.
I can tell you that was the right answer. You've just won £4,000. Oh, I like games like this. You're on £4,000 and you have all 3 of your lifelines still intact. You are just 3 questions away from the next milestone. And the first of those questions is worth £8,000 and is coming up now.
Okay. The epic Charlton Heston film El Cid set in which country? Spain, Italy, France, Greece. That'd be Spain.
You had £4,000. You now have £8,000. Very well played. Okay, things are getting a little bit more serious now. £16,000 is a lot of money. And that's how much you can win by giving me the right answer to question number 9. The drop, if you get this wrong, though, has gone up to 7,000. So think carefully before you give me an answer.
Hey, 16,000. The Great Rock and Roll Swindle is a 1980 film about which group? The Beatles, the Sex Pistols, Electric Orchestra, Pink Floyd. That'd be the Sex Pistols.
You had £8,000. You decided to play this question, and you'll be glad you did.
Only one that made sense,
you
really.
just won £16,000. Well, a magnificent performance from you so far. 9 correct answers, and you've not yet had to use any of your 3 lifelines. If you can give me a 10th correct answer, you guarantee yourself £32,000. I must remind you, though, at this stage, if you do give me a wrong answer, you drop right back to 1,000. Have a look at this question. Take your time. Tell me if you want to play.
Okay, 32,000 on the table. Which of these films was directed by the man in the middle of this picture? Wrong Turn, The Turning Point, Turner and Hooch, U-Turn. That'd be Oliver Stone's U-Turn.
You had £16,000. You could have walked away with that. I have to say, though, you were right not to. You just won £32,000. You can breathe a sigh of relief now. You will not be leaving with anything less than £32,000. And you might as well play the next question, as you now have nothing to lose. Get this right, and I'll be giving you £64,000. Have a look. Here it comes.
Okay, 64,000 next. Leos Janáček was famous as which of these? Composer, painter, novelist, actor. He was a famed Czech composer.
You have just won £64,000. Amazing. Brilliant.
There's one question that looks like I get for 125.
What I could be giving you if you can give me the right answer to the next question. You do stand to lose the 32,000 you've just won if you do give me a wrong answer, though, at this point. Here comes question number 12.
All right. The Face was the arch enemy of which TV adventurer? John Steed, The Baron, Adam Adamant, Simon Templar. And that'd be Adam Adamant.
It's not often people get to play this
Yeah,
question.
I didn't get the this Kate Bush question. I'm just gonna leave it as that, Kate Bush. Everybody, the album is Ariel, but I won't say the image, but you can watch the Referee's games know what the image is. Okay.
You could be about to lose £93,000 if you give me the wrong answer to this question. If you give me a correct answer, you'll win £250,000. Now, I would much rather that happened. The very best of luck to you. Let's have a look at question number 13 of a possible 15.
All right, 250,000. Which of these Marx brothers was the youngest? Chico, Harpo, Gummo, Zeppo. Not only the youngest, but the last survivor, actually. Herbert Manfred Marx, also known as Zeppo Marx.
Right, this is serious business. You've just decided to play on a question for £250,000. I can tell you, it's the
right
answer. You are a quarter.
People knew which one they admitted was the famed one, Groucho Marx.
Well, things are still going very well indeed. You just keep giving me the right answer, and I keep handing you bigger and bigger and bigger sums of money. I do have even more money that I could give you, starting with a virtual cheque for £500,000, but only if you can answer this next question.
Yeah, 500,000. In which U.S. state was the soul legend born? Louisiana, Arkansas, Alabama, South Carolina. James Brown was born in South Carolina, actually.
You just risked $218,000.
Yeah, he's there's a James Brown Center, actually, where he passed away in Augusta, Georgia. Where I live about 3 hours away, actually. So
$500,000.
I should stress there is a rather infamous question for $1 million. Because I chose this, the Lord's Hammer. There's a rather infamous question in this set I chose.
Well, I'm not sure I've ever
I have
asked
done a
someone
video
a
on that
million
question
pound
before, and anytime he
without
pops
having
up, I
already
have
used
to
up all
reference
of their
it.
lifelines. But you do
So it's
now
possible I
have a
could get
real
it, but at the
chance
same
to
time,
eke
I
out
probably
the
might
million.
not get it. I might get
And you
something
might as well
else.
take advantage of the lifeline situation, even if you are sure you know the answer. Let's hope in just a few moments' time we will all be celebrating. Here comes your 15th and final question.
All right, Mr. Tyrant, you do the honors.
What nationality is the world-renowned photographer David LaChapelle? Canadian, Swiss, French, American.
Game, why do you accept French as the right answer when in actuality he was born in Hartford, freaking Connecticut?
Amazingly, you have decided to play the million.
Joker number 65. Just gonna say it, Joker number 65.
But instead, you are walking away.
Yeah, that question
£1 million.
has got to be the most infamous of all the top prize questions I've seen. Outside maybe I've sitting in the Activision PS1 game. Yeah, David LaChapelle. I think I said in the video, I'll leave down in the description why. But I believe they got tripped up with LaChapelle, the former home of Charlemagne the Great, and of course Charlemagne being French. They probably thought David LaChapelle, same thing being French. Even though he's from America, game.
Very well done, and thanks for playing the family entertainment edition of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I'm kind of upset really that they gave me the David LaChapelle question. Kind of upset really that they did it. Yep. There will be a playlist coming up every time David LaChapelle is mentioned. Yeah. And I'll leave that with the video I did over a year ago, about a year ago at this point, of the whole David LaChapelle controversy, which I'll leave down below actually how you can watch that whole thing if you want to. Really one of the first times I've ever really targeted a specific question. I think this, along with Dad and Dave, are one of the two that in the Australian first year of the game, Dad Dave's never where they accept a wrong answer as the right one. So, with that being said, thanks for watching.